If you're anything like me, then right now it has been incredibly hard to feel creative or even just excited about projects you know you should feel super passionate about. Especially if you're living in America like I am right now, it feels like a coin flip every day whether you're gonna be on the verge of a mental breakdown or find a way to just numbly go through your to do list every day. Everything is a lot right now, and I think that regardless of what you believe, where you are on the political spectrum, where you live, I everything is just so much right now, and I think everyone feels some level of being overwhelmed and being scared. The other day, I applied to two jobs that I know logically I should be really excited about, but in the back of my mind, I was hoping they don't even get back to me. And that's, I don't think that's normal for something theoretically I would really want to do. And I think it just comes down to the fact that everything is so much right now that the concept of changing, of like getting out of what little comfort I can live in right now is too much to think about. Even if the comfort I have right now isn't necessarily what I want to be doing. I have no idea if this is making sense. But I do know for certain that the act of being creative or telling stories or making art, I still full heartedly believe that it is fundamentally important, regardless of what anyone would tell you. It's been a practice of humanity to tell stories and make art since cave paintings. It's just a part of being human at this point. And historically, it has also been a way to cope with what's been going on in the world. And in moments like this, where everything feels daunting and uncertain and overwhelming, historically, those have been where some of the most iconic stories have come from. And I think it's so important to try in what little ways you can to be creative, if not for the grand message of creating a fundamental story that will be remembered throughout history. If not that, then at least to give yourself a sense of security in a world you have control over. I think that's incredibly important, and I'm not a therapist. Um, I I only know based on what I've experienced that for me, writing and drawing is an act of helping me deal with what's going on in my head. Like, I guess it is a sort of therapy, which art therapy is a thing. But again, it's really hard to get to that point right now, at least for me. So, what I want to try and do is I want to try and make a little series that originally was going to be Follow Me as I Make a Movie. But again, it's the other day I tried to work on it and I felt so numb about it. And just like a month or two ago, I was so ecstatic about the idea and the world and the characters. And I was just trying to get through a scene and I felt nothing. So I kind of stopped and took a step back, and this whole generation, and I don't just mean like Gen X or Gen Alpha or Gen Z. Like I mean any person that has been alive since, I feel like since 2016, 2020, like this whole, as soon as things started getting quote unquote unprecedented, there's been so much back to back to back, from a pandemic to war breaking out in multiple parts of the world to another threat of a pandemic. And I mean, COVID's still going on, it's just more manageable now. To right now, and like if you're in America, just the rampant hate going around right now, it's exhausting. And I don't know about anyone else, but I'm so tired of hating people. It's a trap I've tried not to fall down, but I mean, I have. I've seen posts that I've fallen for, like rage bait, where it just sticks with me for far longer than it should have, and I just start despising this person I've never met, and I'm sick of it. I don't like it. I don't like how it makes me feel. So selfishly, almost, I want to make a series of videos trying to regain that sense of excitement and creativity with any project I come up with, because I think what I initially was going for was to focus on one project that I want to turn into a movie. And I still want that to be the case, but then I kind of lost interest in the aesthetic that I was going for. And not to say I don't like it anymore, I think I just got burnt out of it. And I was treating it as if I were working in a studio, as if I did have a deadline that I needed to stay working on the same project until it was done. And the truth of the matter is I don't. And if I was working in a studio, I would have more people to lean on, which I don't. It's just me. And I think you can get a lot done just on your own. I still want to see how far I can get in the process of turning it into a film with just me, and just see how far I can get. But I also want to give myself the freedom to shift gears if something else is inspiring me, to put that one project on the shelf and then dive into something else that I'm kind of getting into, and just give myself permission to do that. And I kind of want to use it as an excuse to maybe help other people that are feeling very drained and overwhelmed and exhausted and frankly just scared. Just have it be a space where I could make a video talking about ideas I have, and people could throw it on in the background while they work on their own ideas, and then maybe talk about them in the comments or something, and just like, just have a calm space where it just encourages people to be creative with one another. So yeah, I think I'm gonna try and do that, to try and make videos where it might just be very rambly, it might be more structured. I don't know. I don't like how close I feel my brain is trying to make me give up. I want to like make stories and shows and movies. I wanted it since I was like 12. For context, I'm 25 right now. I've been wanting to talk about how I've been feeling, and I kind of mentioned it in a post that I've just been very tired, and working on the animatics has become very draining. And not because I don't enjoy it, it's just I come home and I'm so mentally exhausted from everything else happening that all I can manage to do is put on a YouTube video and curl up in bed. And that's okay. I think I've been making myself believe it isn't okay, that I need to be better. In the grand scheme of things, no, I don't. I've lived through more than a lot of generations have. And not saying any one thing is worse than another. It's just the proximity of the things that are happening, I think. That that it's not spread out enough. Like everything is happening all at once and my brain can no longer process any more world events. So if you have any similar feelings where you want to be creative, you want to write that book, you want to make that comic, you want to go back to school, you want to do all these things that you know you should be excited about, but you just aren't, and that that scares you more than anything. Yeah, me too. Me too. So I'm gonna try and make a couple videos here and there that are solely just probably more rambly like this, that you could put on in the background of whatever you're working on, and just kind of carve out some time to just dive into whatever world or characters or artwork or whatever you're making. And hopefully together we can still achieve that kind of sense of wonder, that creative spark that I know for me just gives me life. Like I absolutely love it. So yeah, sorry this is more rambly and not as upbeat. I just needed to speak my piece and kind of just see how many other people feel the same way. And again, I think that's okay. I think it's a survival technique. Okay, I don't really have a good way to end this video, but I guess I'll see you in the next one. It's either going to be an animatic or just a really chill art video to try and give people a space to just work on whatever the hell they want to work on. Okay. Stay safe. Remember to be kind to yourself and make sure you're okay. And yeah, just I hope you have a good rest of your day or week or month, and I hope everyone's doing good. Okay. Bye.